Welcome back to Seattle, joined by Mariners manager Dan Wilson. George Kirby, so talented, he can be different kinds of pitchers. Tonight, 20 fastballs out of his first 24 pitches. What stands out to you?
Yeah, you know, his command. We talked about it a lot. He's got great command with his heater. And when he's on with that, and he's got command of his other stuff too, it's a tough at bat.
Thanks so much, Dan.
Thanks, Tom.
Ernie Clement, first pitch of the inning, greets him with a base hit down the left field line, and the Blue Jays in business to open the third.
Yeah, a little bit shocked by that first pitch. We talk about all those fastballs, but you mentioned it. This guy loves first pitch. He pulls his hands in on a fastball in and pulls it down the line. And he's ready to hit from the time he steps in that batter's box. So a moment here for Toronto. They've got to figure out a way to get at least one here, if not more, as this crowd just don't sit down very often.
Corners are pulled in here with the 9-hitter Jimenez up. Swings away, fouls it off. Yeah, this crowd stood for most of that 15-inning game. It was amazing.
It really was. I mean, I watched every second of it at home, and the tension and the way that game ended up and the way it was played, they had to sleep for 2 days after the game.
Here's a high fly ball off of the bat of Jimenez that's carrying well. Robles turns and watches it fly. It's the 9-hitter Andrés Giménez, of all people, giving Toronto the swing that it desperately needed. It's tied at 2.
Well, we always talk about in a series when things aren't going well, what happens to flip the script? What shocking moment or what moment turns it momentum? And you could look to this homer where you don't see many out of Jimenez in the 9th spot as being one of those moments if the series were to turn for the Toronto Blue Jays.
We asked John Schneider at the start of the playoffs, who's it got to be without Bo Bichette? And he said it's got to be everybody stepping up for him. But how about the guy that's in his spot, playing short because he's out, going deep for the first time in this postseason? And it's back to square one as Springer takes inside ball 1.
They're just a really good team with runners on, especially runners in scoring position. They didn't have any opportunities. Really, after the first inning in game 1, they had very few opportunities.
First 2 games, they were 1 for 42 from the 3rd inning on. They're 2 for 2 with 2 runs here. Ball and 2 strikes on Springer. There's all the offense in the early innings the first couple games. Homer in the first game, the double in the second game. 5 extra base hits out of his 5 hits total this October. Fly to right. Robles makes the catch and protects that shoulder as best he can. That looked a whole lot like the play that knocked him out for most of the year back in San Francisco 2 weeks in. Took back at the home run that sailed over his head.
There's a sinker that catches the middle part of the plate. He's ready for it and went up there with a plan. I don't know if it was to launch, but he did.
Only 7 home runs all year. First one of the postseason. Ties game 3.
Outside.
Ball 1 on Nathan Lucas. Not out of the question to think Jimenez could hit for you. He could get going. This guy who's been an all-star before. It's a .297 hitter in Cleveland a few years back. The Blue Jays picked him up in a trade this offseason, mostly for his defense. Not thinking he could ever be the guy to change things for him offensively. Lucas rips a base hit to center field. Nathan Lucas just keeps on doing it. His 4th hit the last 2 games. And now here's Guerrero.
Last couple fastballs, he's trying to bury inside and have it come back over the inner part of the plate, and it's catching the middle of the plate. And that is what we talked about. The Toronto Blue Jays, if you keep center cutting pitches, they're going to make you pay. And I think this is a great meeting at the mound here for Cal to go out and talk.
John, we were talking about Robles protecting his shoulder over there in the corner on this play. This is really eerily similar to the play that he made in San Francisco 2 weeks into the year, where he dislocated his shoulder and then ended up missing the entire season. Didn't come back until the final month. And you know that had to be in his head as he went over there.
That one. That was awful.
It was in the 10th game of the year. Didn't come back until late August. A guy that brings so much energy for him. And forget the energy, just the defense, period. The defensive play of the year for him in Houston to help wrap up the division with a diving catch. Turn into a double play to end the game and end a sweep there. Tied up in the third. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. against George Kirby. And an infield hit his first time. First hit of the series.
Stay away, get a ground ball. Slider away, get a ground ball. Slider over the middle of the plate, you'll get a fly ball, and it could be bad news.
Slider was down the middle, but he took it. You mentioned the ground balls. That's been the problem for him when he's not right. Just a tick off timing wise, and it's all in the ground. That's ripped towards the left field corner and off the wall. Lucas to third. Guerrero's headed for second with a blow of a double. And he shouts into that dugout and says, "I'm back."
Well, no sooner did I spit it out of my mouth. This is the one thing that you can get out of Guerrero. If you leave a slider middle in, and he can launch it. Now the difference is it stayed in the park. But he hit it super hard. So already the Blue Jays taking advantage of some pitches in the middle of the plate. And this is what they do best.
Santander, second and third, one away in a tie game. Infield comes in for Dan Wilson. Blue Jays looking for the lead. Santander swings and misses. Here's a spot where you gotta find a way to get it in play.
Look for him to climb the ladder as much as he can with this fastball, and then if he wants to, spin his breaking ball, but get above the barrel of the bat, because you know he's trying to hit a fly ball. So it's either above the bat in the barrel or below it. And that's what he tried to do there with the breaking ball.
Always been a guy who's limited the walks. The strikeouts have come at the highest clip of his career this year. Kirby to Santander with a 1-1 pitch. Ball two. Kirk on deck.
First two innings relatively easy. Got the leadoff batter out each time. This started with a double, and that starts a rally. And I told you, anytime you get a runner on in the postseason, it's a rally.
Kirby wants a K with a 2-2. Taken low. Full count on Santander.
Kind of surprised he didn't go back upstairs with the fastball. He's been trying to get breaking balls down in the zone.
4 hits in this inning. Lucas at third, Guerrero at second. Here's the payoff. Chopper to first. No movement. Naylor to the bag. As good as a strikeout, 2 away.
Went back to the fastball, tried to get it up, didn't get it up enough, but got the result he wanted. And now a chance to bear down and get out of what could have been a nightmare inning here. Again, ball up to Kirk. Not exactly the best pitch. That's not what you want. Don't let his size fool you. He can hit a ball where it says Blue Jays. He can get on top of that ball when it's up.
First one to Kirk.
Sorry.
Up and away. Yeah, this is a spot where being 5'8", being undersized, kind of works as a superpower for him with those short arms and his flat swing. He's hitting .395 against elevated fastballs. 2 on, 2 out. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Kirk takes ball 2. Unofficial captain of this Blue Jays team. And flat out hit.
A 2-0 pitch here. See if he gets back in the count with a slider. Yeah, he just missed.
.24 pitches for the first 2 innings. 23rd pitch of this third. The 27-year-old from Rye, New York. A 1.50 postseason ERA for George Kirby. A 3-1 to Alejandro Kirk. Taken for ball 4 and the bases are loaded. First walk of the game issued by Kirby, and a big chance here for Daulton Varsho. It's only 1 base run over the first 2 innings, 4 hits and a walk here in the third. And Varsho, the 8th man to bat. Varsho, one of the guys that had a huge division series, but has struggled in the championship series. And when the Jays were going through a similar stretch to this one through September, and it looked like the division was going to disappear and the Yankees were going to overtake them. They had a 1-6 stretch where they could not score. It was Daulton Varsho who had a grand slam against the Red Sox that John Schneider said was like popping a balloon. Started a 4-game winning streak to end the year and win them the division. Here he is with the bases loaded again. Game 3 of the championship series. Kirby to Varsho. In the dirt, Riley keeps it close.
And this is what happens. You get in these moments and you start overthrowing your secondary pitches. And the last couple breaking balls have really been thrown in a non-competitive place where he traditionally can throw that for a strike anytime he wants. That's how good his command is.
Yeah, you're almost never going to see 50 pitches in 3 innings from Kirby. He's got a chase, but it's a wild pitch, and the Blue Jays take the lead. Lucas in to score. He overthrows another, and it's 3-2 Toronto.
I mean, just a tough play for Cal. He's trying to scoop that short hop, and he catches the top of his glove.
Varsho cranks a high line drive to right field. Robles watches it hit off the wall. 2 runs will score. Varsho with a double. The Blue Jays offense has come to life. A 5-run third.
Another fastball that is absolutely squared up. So the Toronto Blue Jays got to their magic number really quickly. They scored 5 in 1 inning.
74-5 this year when they get 5 runs in a game. Barger rolls it to second. Polanco's got it. And the inning is over. They scored 4 runs over the first 2 games of this series. They go to Seattle, the toughest place to hit in baseball. And at the bottom of the order, they light the fire. Home run from Jimenez. Double from Varsho. 5-2 Jays in game 3.